Daina Michelle Griffith. We're laughing already.
Yes.
We're off to a good start.
Absolutely.
Do you find laughter to be important in the life and career of a successful actress?
I do. I laugh all the time.
Do you have to have a sense of humor about this business?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's too funny not to. It's the things that we have to do in auditions and the things that we have to do on stage and the people that you meet and all the good stuff that you have to do. It's just fun. Why not laugh?
Yeah. You seem to have a good time.
I do. I love it.
And you seem to be working pretty consistently, so maybe that is part of
Why I'm
having a good time with it.
Yes. I like having a good time.
So how do you maintain that? Because this strikes me as a profession where the next job is not necessarily promised to you.
Yes. Well, it's difficult, but it's also I think if you're true to yourself and you do what you love, which I love to perform, but I also love to read, I love to paint, I love to DIY, I love to...
do it yourself?
I love to do it myself.
No, that's a pretty broad spectrum. What do you like to do yourself?
I like to DIY around my house. I bought a house in 2013, and there are some little tweaks here and there that needed to be done and some things to kind of update it, and so I like to do those things by myself. So I think in doing things that I love to do, that I've always loved to do since I was a kid, and then also performing, it just keeps a nice level, like, let's have fun doing everything, because I like to have fun. I'm pretty easy peasy.
You have a balance.
A balance.
Oh, my.
Sure.
I think imbalance is the turmoil that drives a lot of artists.
Right.
You know, you're just cool as a cucumber. But, I think we need to reveal that you and I have known each other for a long time.
Yes.
We are actually friends, at least the last time I checked. Yes. And the one thing that has always really impressed me about you is that there's no pretense. You are very real, and down to earth is so cliche. But what you see is what you get. There's no airs that have been put on. And when I've seen you on stage, you just launch into these characters. What is your approach when you're playing something or someone that is so diverse from who you feel you are?
That's a good question. I think that I didn't grow up doing this. So I feel like as a child, as a teen, because I wasn't doing musicals and I wasn't, or plays, I wasn't having to create a false emotion. So I wasn't having to pretend that I was in love when I was 10 years old when I didn't know what love was. So I think I actually felt those real emotions. So then once I started at Point Park, I had never taken an acting class, and I had felt jealousy and anger and love and all the good stuff. And I've always kind of started from me, like what in me is in this character. And if this character is totally unlike me, I can always find something that I can connect to, that on the most basic level. And so I think that kind of helps, in a way, kind of discover different characters.
That essentially you started at a relatively later age.
Yeah.
There's something to that, because I've always thought, when you get into the real craft of acting, or in like a high school setting, and you're asking, high school kids, I don't like to say kids, we'll say high school students, to play a 45-year-old divorcee. Right. First of all, what the heck do you know about divorce, let alone love, at 14 years old?
Exactly.
So maybe things get ingrained, maybe not the best way if you're kind of doing it before you've experienced a little bit about life.
Exactly. So then when you get on stage and you've already falsified it and pretended like you understood, then that's your go-to, because people have either said, "Oh, you were so good in that musical when you played a 50-year-old man." I didn't play a 50-year-old man, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
but you could.
I could.
Yes,
darn it.
There are no limits.
Heck yes.
That's like you're kind of fitting into like the Meryl Streep sort of thing.
Gosh.
She played like a 72-year-old rabbi in Angels in America.
That's right.
So hey, if she can do it.
If she can do it, heck.
Yeah, paving the way. But you do work a lot. I remember speaking with you at some point last year, and I think you had said something like you hadn't had a night off in 6 months or something like that.
It was really crazy. The last couple of years have been amazing, but also really hectic.
Yeah.
And in the best way, but also it was just hard because I never saw my friends.
I know. We have been trying to have lunch for 3 years.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. This is like amazing being here with you right now.
Well, it only took 6 agents and a federal mandate, but we got you here.
Right,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been crazy because Mondays are the day that's dark, right? So the theater's dark on Mondays, and I coach younger actors, future professional actors, and that's my day to do that. And also, I teach a couple of classes at the CLO on Mondays. So, the whole cast would be going out on Sunday night and wanting to have a good time, which I love having a good time, and I couldn't go because I'd have to teach all day on my day off. So there was no fun time.
So you've been taking your rewards in applause.
Sure. Applause and sleep.
Oh, there you go. Well, 2013, I think especially, was a busy year for you. And every year, the Post Gazette bestows upon a performer of the year the title of Performer of the Year.
Yes.
And in 2013, you were named Pittsburgh Post Gazette's Performer of the Year.
Yeah.
Were you like, get out of here?
I was.
Yeah?
I was wondering what I won, if I was like being sent to Europe or like got a crown.
Yeah, what comes with that title?
A pat on the back.
Yeah?
And a smile. It's awesome though. I mean,
Oh, yeah, it is quite an honor.
I totally didn't expect it. I got an email from Chris Rawson in December, before they had announced it. And he asked, it was on Sunday, and the Steelers were playing the Bengals. And he sent me an email and said, "Who are you rooting for?" And I wrote back and I said, "Well, I'm rooting for the Steelers, of course," even though I dressed as a Bengal when I was in the 2nd grade because I'm from Cincinnati. But he said, "Who are you rooting for?" And I said, "The Steelers, of course." And then that made it into the little article. So I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." He was trying to get some,
Now, do you think that affected your
if I would have
your
said the
award?
Bengals.
Right. Do you think that affected
Like,
his decision
out.
to name you Performer of the
Quite
Year? Like, I better
possibly.
make sure she's legit Pittsburgh. If she says Bengals, I'm not even reviewing another one of her shows.
Exactly. That could have happened. It totally. I made the right choice by saying the Steelers for sure.
So do a lot of people know you because you've been on just about every stage in this city. Do you find that you might be somewhere and somebody you don't know recognizes you and they're like, "Oh my God, Daina Griffith"?
We actually, Dan Krell and I have this thing that we call F.I.P, famous in Pittsburgh, because whenever Dan goes anywhere, wherever it is, someone knows who he is and has seen him on the stage at the Public or whatever, and it more so with younger kids that have seen like Next to Normal or Parade or like the musical things. Though it's happened. It's always kind of strange and flattering, but like at the same time, it's Pittsburgh. Like we're a big community here of like fun art people, and it's flattering and it's always kind of shocking. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's like, whoa, cool. And I text my mom, "F.I.P, baby." That's what I always text her, F.I.P.
So you do consider yourself famous in Pittsburgh? then?
No, I consider Dan Krell famous in Pittsburgh, and you famous in Pittsburgh.
Oh, get out of here.
No, you're an F.I.P.
Yeah?
You totally are.
Well, if I am, surely you are. I'm an IP anyway.
You're in Pittsburgh.
I've got that covered.
I find that it's kind of therapy. It's therapeutic to be up here and like working through issues that you are scared to work through off stage.
Which must be awkward because many people are expecting the show that they paid to
Right, and
come
then you're
see.
like, "Mom!" No,
I don't remember Death of a Salesman quite like this. But,
exactly. But I do.
I don't remember this much crying in Auntie Mame. Your hair looks so lovely, but you've got antennas. Yeah, so.
It's because I'm electric.
Oh,
We
yeah.
shocked each
No,
other.
when we hugged in the lobby, we got a little electric shock.
That happens even in the spring and the summer, I think.
What, to us?
Yes, it's electric.
Oogie boogie
Woogie,
woogie.
woogie, woogie.
You're going through the change of life, honey. From straight plays to musicals, it's all right. You just keep taking them hormones, you're going to be fine.
I gave him the piece of gum, and he said, his thank you was, "You look like an old Lindsay Lohan."
But, you put on a frock like this and, people get
Absolutely.
ideas. What can I say?
And those big fresh rolls that are slightly phallic.
Oh, well, I'm there. Carbs and fallacies. It's a date. What are you doing after this? This is what I've got. Take it or leave it.